Hey there, I'm your guest host, DJ, and in the hot zone with me today is TV personality Bershan Shaw. She's an international motivational speaker, business coach, author, tech founder, and the newest cast member on Real Housewives of New York City. So you can bet we have lots to talk about. So stay tuned for it all because you're in the hot zone.
That happened here?
It happened in Salem.
In Salem,
In
right.
Salem.
Okay.
In the hotel?
But not in the
Nope.
hotel.
No.
Okay, I was like, hold on.
Thank
I
you.
don't like the energy. Okay.
I know. I'm like, where's the bus?
Ooh, there's a lot of like witch energy going on.
John Hathorne was one of the judges of the witch trials. He was Nathaniel Hawthorne's great-great-grandfather. So some people say John Hathorne is coming back to the Hawthorne Hotel.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. That thing is freaking me out right
That's
now.
it.
What is
His eyeballs are moving, right?
So is the hotel okay? That's all I want to know, because I am nervous.
No, it's not okay.
Okay, I'm
It's
like,
haunted.
in horror movies, the black person gets killed first. Not my type of girls trip.
Bershan, first off, congratulations on becoming the newest cast member of Real Housewives of New York City. Woo!
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. So how do you feel about being part of the franchise?
You know, I'm really happy. I love it. I'm thankful to be a part of it. I'm glad that they're putting diversity into it, right? It's New York City, and
Yes.
New York is a diverse city. You know, I love it. Every day I see blacks, whites, Indians, Mexicans, Hispanics. So I'm glad. Kudos to Bravo and kudos to Andy for really taking the leap. I think it's needed and it's what the people wanted.
So how did it come to fruition? How did you become part of the show?
Well, I mean, two things. So I knew some people that knew Ramona. I mean, you know, in the Hamptons in New York City, you go out, you meet people, and we met at a party and we really hit it off like we did. Like we were drinking and we were kikiing and having fun. And like, you know, I say this all the time, but she was like, you are a pretty girl, but these lashes, they're too long for daytime. I was like, okay, but I like it because it's real, you know? And I think we just hit it off. Then we went, you know, jogging in the park and we went to eat. So we got to really know each other. So it's not fake. We do know each other and, you know, we are friends. So I like her.
I wanted to explore a little bit more about your relationships with some of the women, including her on the show, because I understand there were some headlines and controversy around Ramona about some kind of ignorant comments that she has made, and she's gotten some backlash surrounding it. So what were your thoughts on that, the backlash that she's been receiving?
You know, look, people are always going to say something on social media. People drum up stories that are not true. People want, they want some stuff to say. Like I said, I don't think she's a racist. You know, she's never appeared that way to be. I think Ramona lives in her bubble. I think she lives in the Hamptons and Upper East Side, and that's her world. And New York has their different worlds, like downtown girls are downtown girls, midtown girls are midtown girls, Harlem girls are Harlem girls. So don't fault that. You know what? I mean, she's never done anything. Look, let's be clear. It's not who you vote for. I know some blacks who voted for Trump. Are they racist? You know what I mean? So I don't go with that. I go with people. You know, and I'm a hard nut to crack because I'm not someone who sugarcoats it, and I'm not someone who rides a person coattails and just try to go along with it. I'm a person, as you know, who speaks their mind, who's vocal, and I'm not afraid to speak my mind. So that's how I feel. If someone feels something else, then hey, feel the way you feel. But I feel how I feel.
And I honestly, that's what we all love about you. The fact that you speak your mind, you don't hold back. And it's interesting too, because just the dynamic with your relationships on the show, I noticed like with Ebony K. Williams, you know, she was the first full-time, you know, Black cast member on the show. So how, I understand you revealed that you guys were kind of like maybe off to a bit of a bumpy start. How has that relationship formed between you and Ebony?
Well, I mean, yeah, we were off to a bumpy start. I mean, as you saw, she said we have differences. I mean, we do. I'm a girl who's like, hey, let's have fun. Come on, let's enjoy. And she's a little more reserved. You know, she's a lawyer. She's a journalist. You know, so we operate different. And her approach is very different than my approach. See, as a coach, I always say I meet people where they are, right? So I like to get to know people on a different level. Everyone is not a blank slate. So that's different. But we had some bumps and we're working it out and we're getting along, you know what I mean? Step by step. But I think she said in a comment, she was like, Bershan, you just open arms until you get to know someone, and I'm closed arms until I get to know you. So I like that she expresses herself. She's different and she shares she's different. You don't have to be like me. There's many people who are not like me, right? So I'm okay with the differences. I love her the way she is.
Of course, that's beautiful. And we're excited, of course, to see you on this season without obviously giving away too much, as the season is currently still going. What more can we expect from you as a season continues?
Oh, I love it. I think you can I think you can expect realness, authenticity, honest, fun. I'm fun. Like people always say that, you know what? When you have beat stage 4 cancer, when they told you you were going to die, when you have cancer all over your body and you are sitting looking at a screen and you can't do anything but cry, you don't understand. The day I heard this, my doctor's office was in Soho. I walked, I think, 150 blocks. I didn't even know. I was just crying, because I was like, I can't believe I may not be here. You live life. You don't sweat the small stuff. You don't care what people say because you realize they have something to say anyway. You just want to be as real as you can and live life to the fullest. So I hope that that's what you can see, that I live life to the fullest. I'm fun, I'm authentic, and I'm honest. And as much as me and the girls could get into it, I like them. And they were cool to me. I'm cool to them. And we're friends, right? We have bumps in the roads. We get over it and we make up like anything. I'm not going to tell you all. It's juicy. But, I think they did great cut. I think they did a great season. It gets better each episode.
And you mentioned yourself. That brings me to my next topic. You are a stage 4 breast cancer survivor. You beat it twice, which is incredible. You have an amazing story. As you actually mentioned it before, you don't necessarily call it survivor, you call it thriver, yes, which I love. So tell me more about that difficult time in your life. How did you thrive and how did you get through it?
Oh, wow. So how did I thrive and get through this stage 4? With prayer, with determination, with affirmations, with manifestations, with changing my diet and exercising. Like I have a regimen that I do every morning, every day. I walk 6 miles, I manifest, I affirm, and I eat well, right? And so that time in my life, if I look back, I'm like, wow, man, I'm almost 13 years. I can't believe it because it really took over my life, right? Cancer, am I going to die, not having kids, not being married? And then one day I just woke up and I said, Bershan, you got to get busy living or dying. Which one are you choosing? If you're going to live, baby, you better live your life to the fullest. I don't care. Travel the world, eat as much as you can, dance, live life, go to strip clubs, read books, right? Look at great movies, shop till you drop. Like we're sitting here saying, tomorrow I'm going to go to Paris. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm scared of that. Why? You don't know if you're going to get hit by a bus. You don't know if you're going to have a heart attack. You don't know. So as the warrior coach, I teach people how to live their best life to the fullest.
And you honestly are a perfect example of living your best life, living to the fullest, because you have been busy, booked and busy and blessed. I definitely want to talk about a lot of the projects that you have going on aside from the show. You are an international motivational speaker, you're an author, you are a business coach, and you are a tech founder, to name a few of the titles that you have. So I do want to talk about this new app that you are launching, this new health and wellness app called You Are a Warrior. So tell me a little bit about the app.
So and it's called You Are a Warrior, and you spell it with a U, so it's You Are a Warrior. So it's a mental health app for support, and we need it, right? We're crying on the inside, depressed, mental anxiety, stress, worry, doubt. We have addictions. We're dealing with a lot, but we don't want to address them, and we don't want to face them. Why? Because embarrassment, shame. I wanted to start an app that's really cool and really hip and removing the stigma. I'm tired of this stigma where we can't tell our truth. I'm tired of the stigma where we can't live our best lives. Let's start being who we really are and really sharing our truth. And so that's what it is. It's going to have coaches and celebs and experts for support. It's going to have all of that where we can share our stories. You can talk to a coach. It's going to help you with personal development, self-improvement, motivation, and support. It's going to be cool as hell. Yes.
And where can one find this app?
So right now you sign up for perks, www.warrior.com. Sign up. It launches in September, October. It's going to be hip. We're going to have a movement. This is a movement about being a warrior. This is a movement of you standing up and speaking up. Like, we fall down. We go through addiction. We go through drug addiction, alcohol addiction, mental abuse, physical abuse. But you know what? When you fall, get back up, baby. Just get back up and keep pushing through. That's what this app is about.
And I love it. And in exploring more this warrior method that you have with everything that you have going on, you also just released a new book called The Unstoppable Warrior Woman. What's that book about?
Oh yeah, so please go get it. It's everywhere, Amazon, Target, wherever you want. It's about 40 women sharing their stories of trials, tribulations, hard times, but in the end, hope. It's a story that you can relate to. It's a story of divorce. It's a story of, people dealing with some tough things like molestation, bankruptcy, mental abuse, gaining so much weight, being called ugly. It's all these stories that you can relate to because one of you have dealt with this, breast cancer, all that. But in the end, how these women push through. And what I realized as I coach women and men all over the world, women want to know that someone else has been through it too. And they want to know, wow, if you survived, I survived. Let me tell you why I love what RHONY did. When I told my story of breast cancer, I had thousands of people contact me. Wow, I'm so happy that RHONY talked about cancer. I'm so happy. My mom, my cousin, I'm dealing with this. People want to know and see hope, and I'm giving them hope. So kudos for that. It's flooded. I'm trying to answer everyone. My social media, I got to hire people to help me answer. I think I have 3,000 messages I'm trying to answer. Yes. But I think it's a good thing because I want to give people hope. I'm going to say I'm no Mother Teresa, okay? I'm a life coach. I'm no Mother Teresa. Don't sit up here and be like, oh, you guys, you curse and you yell and you argue. Yes, I do. I'm human. Yes, I do.
And you have a podcast out, so where you explore obviously more of these themes and continue spreading the good word, motivating people and everything. So tell us a little bit more about your podcast.
Oh yeah, the podcast is Buckle Up with Bershan. It's on iHeart, Spotify, everywhere. Please go get it. It's really buckling up in your life. Buckle up and get ready and do it. Stop living in fear. Stop living in doubt. Stop being afraid of all of this stuff. You don't know how many people are like, well, I didn't do it. I didn't ask the question. I didn't go to my boss. Why? They can only say no. Go to your boss, do it. So I teach people about buckling up with Bershan and live your best life and do it, baby, do it. That's what I want.
Of course. And also you have an interior design business. It doesn't stop there, people. It does not stop there.
Right. So let me tell you. So my father, who's my dear heart, was in construction for the longest. He was one of the first Black millionaires in the area of the Washington, D.C. area, came from Louisiana, and he was in construction. So every weekend I would go see model homes that he would build, and he did hotels and highways. And I was like, enamored by beautiful homes and beautiful things. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny how it just manifested into me. One day I redid my dad's house. The whole neighborhood was like, wow, they told, telephone, they told another person. And literally I started designing the next door neighbor house, then down the street, then the next door. And then it turned into a business, literally. I like to do things well. I did an online class and I started just doing it in word of mouth. I stage homes, I renovate homes, I design homes. I have a huge interior design business that I never thought would happen. It's just, how when you're good at something, you just got to go with it. And I'm good at it. And so my dad, he's still 87 doing the construction, hired the people, and I design. So we're like a team, Shaw and Shaw Design on Instagram. Make sure SHAW and SHAW Design. Yes.
Thank you so much, Bershan. It was an absolute pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you.
And honestly, best of luck. You're killing it already. Continue continue to keep inspiring us all. You're honestly a big inspiration to us all. So
thank you so much. I appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you.
Bershan Shaw, you are a money magnet. Prosperity flows to and through me. I am good enough to be rich and wealthy.